In this video, we'll be diving into the main menu, what everything does, how to tweak your game settings, and how to get started fast. So grab a cuppa, fire up The Sims 4, and let's get simming. What you see here in the screen might look a little different depending on when you're watching this video, but don't worry, you should still be able to follow along. I'll walk you through everything step by step. We're going to start from the top left corner and work our way across and down the screen like we're reading a book from left to right, starting with the home button. So this home button literally takes you to this main menu page. Then next to it, we have the store button, which takes you to the store. And this is where you can get all of your expansion packs, game packs, stuff packs, kits. Find out what the Sims team recommends for you based on, honestly, it's just based on what you don't own. The most popular packs, that's what everyone is buying currently. The latest packs, and shop by theme. If you click this here on the top, it allows you to pre-order the upcoming DLC. You click it and it will say this will open a window in your default browser. Click yes and it will open up the browser window. Click no or the X as I just did, and it just takes you down. Moving back to the home, like I said before, it takes you back to the home page. This bit up here is your profile picture, your EA profile picture, and some flavor text. Then we've got the 3 ellipses here. This is your UI menu. So we've got the save button, which will save the game. It's grayed out because we're on the main menu and there is nothing to save. Same with save as. This will allow you to save the game and actually name the game save. Then we've got game options. If we click on that, that takes us into the game options menu. So we start off with graphics, the display type, where you can change the game from full screen, windowed full screen, or windowed. I typically prefer windowed full screen. It just allows me to be able to go over to my other monitor. Sometimes when I'm playing the game, I'll have YouTube videos that I'm watching or other people's live streams. If I'm recording like I am now, it more easily allows me to get over to my live streaming or to my recording studio and be able to do things over there, such as change my camera and stuff like that. Then we've got the refresh rate, which is grayed out for me, but if I turn it just into full screen, it allows me to use it. I just keep it on default. The resolution, again, if you're in windowed full screen, it does not allow you to fiddle with the resolution, but if you're in full screen mode, then you can change the resolution accordingly, including some rather weird or very rarely used resolutions. So this will change accordingly to whatever type of monitor you have, to be honest. So you just choose the resolution that best fits your monitor, and that's it. Then you've got the vertical sync. This syncs the page flip to the refresh rate, which will reduce visual tearing. I always have that ticked. We have the actual graphics, so graphics quality. You can do custom and go from low, medium, high, and ultra. I've got a really good PC, luckily, so I have it on ultra mode. So if you change anything on here after you set the graphics quality preset, it will change it to custom. As you see there we go, change that to custom. You can custom change everything, so you can adjust the level of detail on your Sims, low, medium, high, or very high, objects, lighting, and shadows. Higher settings, it says, may impact rendering performance. Then we've got reflections quality. On low, basically, there's very little reflection or it's extremely blurry. And then the higher you go, the better the reflection quality is. You can even turn them off in the settings there. Then there's visual effects, which is your particles. Again, low, medium, or high. Edge smoothing, which is, you can turn it off, go to low, medium, or high. And edge smoothing, it just adjusts anti-aliasing, which makes edges appear softer. 3D scene resolution adjusts the 3D object resolution without reducing the UI resolution. Then we've got the view distance, that's how far out the world is drawn before everything gets foggy. Then some text marks. So we got uncompressed sim textures. Again, it's good if you have a high quality PC or high spec PC. If you have a low one, you might want to untick that, which will use compressed sim textures. Post-processing effects, that's global focus, lighting, and shadowing effects, which I've got ticked on. Laptop mode is, for those of you who might be using either a gaming laptop or a lower spec PC, it enables faster rendering and reduces visual quality. If you're on a laptop or a low spec PC, low to medium I'd say, try using laptop mode to see if that helps if you're having problems with lag and such like. Then there's the DirectX 9, so if you do not have DirectX 11, then you want to click this so that the game runs in DirectX 9. DirectX 11, if you have it, I highly recommend you leave this unticked because DirectX 11 just makes the game run so much more smoothly. Moving to audio, we've got the volume, so there's the master volume, the object music. Object music is the music that's heard from objects while playing in live mode, and the music itself is the music heard while in the main menu and other game modes. Now, because I do a lot of live streaming and video recording, I actually have the object music and regular music turned down to 0. I just tend to use my own music that I play in the background for my live streams or videos. Of course, if you want to listen to the music, you can turn them up. Voices, this is your Sims voices. I've got it 100%. The sound effects are different things that you might hear in game, like the whirring of a blender or the splashing of fish in the water and so on. I've got that turned down to 81. Then we got the UI sound, which is the interaction with the UI. That's literally the ticks and the blips and everything that you hear as you click things in the user interface. Under audio other, we've got speaker setup. I wear these bone conducting headphones, so I've got my speaker set up to headphones. If you have external speakers, then you can adjust accordingly. Then the audio quality, which is the quality of audio mixing and playback. Audio focus, which if you have it ticked, it will mute the audio for the game when it's minimized or in an inactive window. So in other words, if you for some reason minimize the game, if you're in window mode, or if you're in window full screen like I am and you go over to like your browser, then any sounds will stop being heard until you click back on to the Sims window here. The mood sting, which is the audio when your Sims mood changes, you can either turn that on or off. The match speed stereo music will adjust the music speed to game speed. So this is when, say you have a stereo playing in the game with the music sounds on. You're playing the game normally and the music is playing and then you speed up, and if you have this ticked, the music will speed up accordingly to 2, 3, or 4 times speed. If you have this unticked like I do, what that does is it stops the music from speeding up so you can still enjoy the music that's being played. Moving to the music options, there's the safe for streaming option, which will enable the play of only songs that are safe for streaming, and these are the ones here in the asterisk. And you've got loads of different songs here that you can actually play in this main menu, and different stations as well that you can choose from. So if you're ever like wanting to do something in the background, like say you're tidying your room or you're doing some housework or cooking and you want to listen to Sims music, you can totally open up the game, plug in your speakers or your headphones, and do what you need to do off your computer while you listen to the Sims music. Also in the game options, we've got gameplay, environment, and pack settings. You'll notice they're grayed out for me right now. That's because I'm not actually in the game, I'm in the main menu. If you access the game options menu via live mode, then you should be able to access these. I will go over these 3 at another point in time. Moving to the game camera options, we've got edge scrolling, which enables the camera to move when the mouse cursor is near the edge of the screen. That's only available in full screen and windowed full screen, by the way, and there is a bit of a caveat with windowed full screen. Windowed full screen allows you to move your cursor off of the screen. As you can see here, I've got my cursor and now it's gone. and it's back. And it's gone, and it's back. Sorry. If you've got windowed full screen, sometimes if you're not careful, you can put your cursor off of the Sims 4 window. It'll either stop side-scrolling or it will continue to side-scroll. Before you know it, you're like all the way to the edge of the world. So be very careful if you use windowed full screen with edge scrolling. Then we've got the Sims 3 camera, and what this does, if it's ticked, it will set the camera to use the Sims 3 settings, such as middle mouse button pitch control as default, instead of the Sims 4 camera. I have this turned off because I tend to use the Sims 4 camera in live mode and the Sims 3 camera in build mode. So the invert horizontal camera rotation, horizontal is like the horizon, so it's left to right in a straight line distance like this. So if you have this ticked, when you move your mouse, the camera, when you move it to the left, it will move to the right instead. If you move your mouse to the right, it will move to the left if this is ticked. If it's unticked, then moving left will turn the camera left, moving right will turn the camera right. It's the same thing with the vertical camera rotation. If this is ticked, if you move your mouse up, it will move the camera down. Move the mouse down, it will move the camera up. If it's unticked, then it's, as you would expect, moving your mouse up will move the camera up, moving it down will move the camera down. Bit complicated, but once you get used to it, then you get used to it. Going to the screen capture game options, we have the frame size for captured videos. Video capture is when you press the V key on your keyboard that will start recording videos. Do not recommend that you do this. Even with my computer being super beefy, it lags like crazy. So if you have a video recording software like Meld or OBS or Streamlabs, highly recommend that you use that instead. But if you want to give it a try, then you can give it a try. So what this does, this makes the frame size small, medium, or large, the capture quality low, medium, high, or uncompressed. Higher settings will require more space, but it also makes the quality better. Enables the capturing of UI while recording the video, so unticked, the UI will be hidden. Ticked, the UI will show up. This will adjust the sounds that are captured when recording videos. So we've got music, voices, sound effects, and UI sound. So ticked, the video capture will capture these sounds. Unticked is the video capture will not capture those sounds. And then you've got your location path, which is where the recorded videos can be found. Then we've got memory picture capture. We have the capture UI. This is for when you take pictures in the game, such as, screenshots or selfies. So this will enable the capture of UI when taking a screenshot. So if you have this ticked, then when you hit the screenshot button on your keyboard, which is the C key, then you'll see the UI. If it's unticked, then the UI will be hidden. If you're worried about all these keyboard shortcuts, don't be. I will be covering all of the keyboard shortcuts in The Sims 4 in a future video. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on that when it's released. Next up, we've got the dialogue after capture. And that just lets you know you've done a screenshot and it can be found in the applicable drive. I've got that ticked just so that I know that it's taken the screenshot. The location path of your screenshots or your selfies or photos that your Sims take in game can be found here. Moving to tutorials and tips game options, we've got the tutorial here. So this enables the guidance system, which is Emily. And Emily will pop up the first time that you play a new save, and she will guide you and create a sim, world and lot select, live mode, and build mode. If this is your very first time playing The Sims 4, I do recommend that you have Emily enabled, so have this ticked. If you ever want to reset the guidance system, which will restore all tutorials to their original unseen state, then you can click this button. Ticking this button here will enable the help center on the UI. I've got it unticked, which removes it and also hides the control legend. The control legend is a new thing that a lot of people have been noticing. So if you see this weird overlay that's got some controls on it, and you cannot get that overlay to go away in the game itself, it is this. So just come into the game options, tutorial, and tips, and untick this box, and that controls legend UI overlay will go away. If you have this ticked as well, then this will enable you to either enable or disable the pack guidance system. This is the active pack for advanced guidance. You can actually select which pack you would like to view advanced guidance system for. I don't know why they haven't done it for more packs, but there you go. Moving down to discovery quests, we have enable discovery quests. And this is the system that gives you tutorial quest scenarios. Again, if it's your first time playing The Sims 4, I do recommend it because it will give you things like simoleons, mood potions, and stuff that will just make your first foray into The Sims a little bit easier. And then you can reset the discovery quest by clicking this button. Moving to The Sims Delivery, this is the fast patches that the Sims devs will sometimes give us. This allows you to check to see if there's any new content. We'll say here you've got the latest Sims Delivery content. If there's been a Sims Delivery Express drop and for some reason it hasn't automatically downloaded, like if you've got this button unticked, then it will say here that there is new content for you to download. You can also click this button to check for new content. This right here will change the frequency of checking for a new Sims Delivery Express drop, and you can decide never, only on startup, every 30 minutes, or every hour. I would recommend only on startup. So that's when you first load up the game, when you first start it up, it will check to see if there's been a new Sims Delivery Express since the last time that you loaded up the game, and it will automatically download it for you if you have this box ticked here. If you don't have this box ticked, then the game will say, hey, there's a new Delivery Express drop waiting for you in the game options, and then you'll have to come in here and download it yourself. Going to the other category, this gives you loads of different things. So this gives you online social features access, which is your gallery. So you'll be able to access the gallery in the game. Otherwise, you'll have to go via your browser to the website. This enables online notifications, which is kind of moot nowadays. The online notifications used to be for such things like when someone downloaded or favorited one of your builds on the gallery or left a comment on one of your builds on the gallery. And it would also notify you when Maxis favorited a build or a household, which I absolutely loved, and for some reason they've taken that out, so this is pretty much null and void. It doesn't matter if it's ticked, it doesn't matter if it's unticked, because it does absolutely nothing. This will, if it's ticked, will hide any gallery content that has been reported. So I have that ticked. If you have this unticked, you probably will find builds or households on the gallery that contain hate speech, anti-LGBT, racism. Seriously, save yourself the stress and tick that box. The enable custom contents and mods. So if you want to have custom content or mods in your game, make sure that this is ticked. Along with the script mods allowed box. These two need to be ticked in order for your mods and your custom content to work. You can click this button to view your custom content. So if we tick this, it will automatically show you all of your mods that you have installed. It separates them into script mods and custom content. This just shows you what you've got installed. You cannot change this from in-game. If you need to change what mods you've got installed, then you'll need to go into your mod folder. Again, I'm going to be doing a video in the future about this, specifically about mods, so keep an eye out for that. The next one is enabled in-game surveys. Every once in a great while, there will be a notification that pops up asking you to complete an in-game survey. It is very rare nowadays for there to be in-game surveys, but I have this ticked just in case. This enables dynamic lighting effects on supported peripherals. If you've got a nice computer, tick it. If you don't, untick it. This is an auto reconnect. This basically, if you lose your internet or the EA servers go down, this will attempt to reconnect. Then we got share usage data. It says EA collects certain information for purposes of improving their products and services, including services to you, facilitating the provision of software updates, dynamically served content, and product support, as well as communicating with you. This data will not be shared with any third party in a way that can identify you. I've got this ticked, but if you do not want to share your usage data with EA, untick the box. This right here, if you click it, will bring up the privacy and cookie policy. Highly recommend you read. Also, the EA user agreement. Again, highly recommend that you read it, because if you break this EA user agreement, EA can and will ban you from playing their games. And if that happens, your game will be bricked. You will no longer be able to play The Sims 4. Read these things, know what's expected of you, know your rights. Because by playing the game, you automatically agree to the user agreement. Moving to accessibility, we do not have a lot of accessibility options for The Sims 4, and I really wish that they would put more in. Right now, we've got the UI scale, and this adjusts the size of the UI. So they have a whole bunch here, and in this white band here, this is the safe space for your UI scale. All right, so you can safely move this button up or down anywhere within this to be able to increase the size of the UI or decrease the size of the UI. And if you go into the red, it says text may become ineligible with a little warning on the minus side. If you go into the red on the larger side, it says this scaling value will cause the UI in some areas to overlap or bleed off the screen. Press Ctrl+U to reset the UI scaling at any time. Moving on to auto scale with OS, this will actually auto scale the UI for you based on your operating system's display settings for the monitor that you're playing The Sims 4 on. The problem is it may cause the UI to not display correctly if you're playing on low resolutions with high display settings. If you want it to auto scale, tick the box. If you prefer to do the UI scale on your own, leave it unticked. Next up, we have in the UI menu, we've got technical support. Tick that, and it will open up the technical support web page. Then we've got lessons, and this opens up all of the lessons for The Sims 4. And these are all text and image-based lessons, and you can do everything from getting started, create a sim, world map, live mode, build mode, gallery, basically every single pack that's in The Sims 4 that introduces new mechanics, there is a lesson for. If this is your first time playing The Sims 4, I do recommend having a look through, but there is a lot. Maybe do it a little bit at a time. Moving to release notes, clicking that will again open an external browser window. Credits will give you the credits for The Sims 4, and you can even show the credits for all of the DLC. So you'll know which developers work on which DLC. And then we've got achievements, manage worlds, and exit to main menu. And these are grayed out because achievements and manage worlds can only be accessed via the actual game. And then the exit to main menu is grayed out because we're in the main menu. We can't exit to it because we're already there. And then if you click this button here, it will exit the game. Moving over here, we've got this bit here, which is your current household that is showing here in the middle of the screen. If you click on resume game, then it will resume this game. If you click load game, then it will allow you to choose a save to load from. If you click on the title, you can rename the title of the save. If you click on this button here, it copies the save file path to the clipboard so that you can easily find where the save is. This button recovers the save, so if you click on that, you can actually choose which save from that save file to load. Let's say that our latest save in that save file gets corrupted. You can go down to a different save, like the previous day's save, hit recover, and it will recover that save as though that is the latest save, and hopefully you'll be able to continue playing from that save. You'll have to catch up to where you were, but it's a good thing to know if your save ever corrupts. Clicking this button will resume playing that particular save. Clicking this button will delete the save. Never click that button unless you truly want to delete the save and all of the saves in that file. Clicking New Game will start a new game. If you click the Gallery button here, it opens up the gallery. And with the gallery, you've got this main button up here, the main tab, which is your gallery tab. That is what you see here. This tab here has a bunch of creations that other simmers have put on the gallery. Over on the left side here, you can view content by all, Maxis curated, or people that you're following. Shout out to everyone here on the screen. You can also sort by what's most popular through all time and what is most recently been put into the gallery. You can also sort, lots and households, just lots, as in full builds, individual rooms, and tattoos. You'll notice that each of these categories, some of them also have more things. So like households have size of how many Sims and which pets you've got in that household. You have the advanced, which includes custom content. The lots size is all the different sizes of the in-game lots, ranging from 20 by 15 all the way up to 64 by 64. The price is all prices or divided into chunks 0 to 10,000, 10,000 to 20,000, 20 to 40, 40 to 80, 80 to 150, and 150 or more. And then we've got the lot type, which is the type of lot. And as you can see, there's loads of different lot types that you can choose from, depending on what packs you own. For the rooms, it's the same thing. Size, small, medium, large, extra large, room type, and the price of that room. And tattoos allow you to sort by body type. So that's where the tattoo is located on the Sim's body. In advanced, you can take this to include custom content. You can take this to show or hide the packs. And you can choose which packs that you want to include. That's all of the DLC. So if you only want Get to Work, then you can untick everything except Get to Work, and it will only show builds and households that include that pack. You can also tick by Show Owned or Show Base Game Only. This is a drop list that gives you item name, hashtag, or EA account ID. So let's say you wanted to search a specific item, let's say paintings. You take that and type in painting and hit enter, and it will show you any room or household or house that has the keyword paint or painting in it. If you do hashtag and enter a hashtag, so let's say we enter hashtag LGBT, it will show you every household or sim or room, again, that has the hashtag LGBT in it. And EA account ID allows you to search for a specific gallery user. So if you search for me, for example, I'm Mirjagon over on the EA gallery, then that will bring up everything that I've ever done. If you go into this second tab, this will be your own catalog. So this is your showcase page. In this case, you can see mine. You can change your bio here. You can click this to get to your EA Gallery friends list, and you can click this to view your catalog. If you want to leave a comment on someone's showcase or your own, you can make a very, very short comment there. If you click the View Catalog, it will bring up all of your own builds, and you can view your own content by, basically the same as the gallery. If you're looking at someone else's profile, then this will be the same no matter whose profile you're looking at. And on here, you can see how many favorites, if we go by, let's say, most popular, you can see how many favorite sim has had or a build has had, and how many people have downloaded it. It just scrolls by accordingly. So this is by most popular category, all households, basically the same as the gallery itself. And then if you click here, this takes you to your library. This is different from what's on here. This is the online version, so everything that you have shared to the gallery. And this is your library, and this is everything that you have saved to your own hard drive. So there will be things on here by other users, other creators, as well as your own creations. Right, that covers the gallery. If you click on this button, the Play Scenario button, it takes you to all of the different scenarios that are available to play in The Sims 4. Scenarios are basically EA's or Maxis's own challenges that they have programmed into the game. They're a lot like, Little Simsies, Very Veggie Challenge, or Not So Berry Challenge, or Rags to Riches, Too Many Toddlers, stuff like that. This is the Sims team's own versions of challenges like that. We've got the starter challenges here, starter scenarios that are beginner difficulty. So we've got like Stuck in Their Shadow that gives you different endings, New in Town, again, that gives you different endings. And these are kind of also meant to be used as like mini tutorials to get you used to playing the game. So we've got the welcome scenarios, the recommended for you, and challenge scenarios, which allow you to use your creativities and sim skills to triumph over unique circumstances. And there's quite a few here, which are pretty cool. They haven't actually added any new scenarios for quite some time, and I'm really, really hoping that they start adding more, because I loved playing through these. Down here is the version number. This is the current version of The Sims, or the version of The Sims that you're playing. And you'll notice here at the end it says DX11. That means that I am using DirectX 11 version. That is the Sims 4 main menu guide, my friends. So what is the next step? Starting a new game. But we're gonna save that for the next video. Join me next time as we create a Sim household together. Sounds daunting? Don't worry, I will be guiding you all the way. I'll see you there.